Well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the first annual Daytona 500 Crown Jewel race of Ellesquieliella Racing, and that means double payouts, double Patriot points, everything in info store on sale for 50 to 70% off. Alex Jones support InfoWars. I'm just joking. Anyway, take a look at the standings after 4 races. Jimmy Kane is a double winner, remains at the first spot. A bunch of people fell off to the bottom of the list after the last race. Tugara Pipi managed to climb up 6 spots upwards with 36 points right now. Rich Manovsky up 2 spots. Mike Wiener plus 4. Andy Hernandez finished last in the last race. Got a dunce head. Fell back 2 spots. And time has come for qualifying. I'm gonna hit that button and we're gonna get our lineup for today's race.
Drivers, to your cars.
Let's go. And it looks like our dunce head carrier Andy Hernandez will be starting on the pole next to 22 of Grigory Richmanovsky. Team Coca-Cola. Okay, Foxy Racing and Wolfie Racing, our oldest sponsors, present you the lineup. Andy Hernandez will line up next to Grigory Richmanovsky, Coca-Cola team. Mike Wiener, number 43, will line up next to Bobby Dylan, number 71. Marsha Matters, number 13, will line up to Chevy Chevelle 46 of Bobby Spears. Behind them, Chris Colgate in the 14th car will line up next to Mexican Cowboy Steve Rose in the ugly 98 yellow Ford Torino. 27 of Rushkin Lahari will be starting next to 7 of Haruto Tugara Pipi. Jimmy Stilinski and Fanny Liqueur will start next to one another behind them. Penny Packer and Ethan Moore is the last row, and the very dead last is Jimmy Kane. Will be starting the race with him any moment now. Foxy Racing, Wolfie Racing been with us for a long time, and oh, it looks like the number 9 of Fanny Liqueur having some EXC issues early on before the race even starts. She forced to pull out into the pits. 2 races in a row, mechanical issues for the 99 team. I'm gonna have to figure something out. And now pace car is in for the first time ever. Ellesquieliella Racing and Daytona 500, not really 500, but green flag is in the air. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls, and LGDDPTQW number 2 pencils. Woo! And we are with Jimmy Kane, our Vietnam vet. I was going to tell you backstory on Jimmy if we have enough time, maybe next time. He stepped on a landmine back in Vietnam, but I didn't detonate. The facial expression stayed with him ever since, and we have our first trouble. Woo! The very first turn, 17 is turned around. Bunch of other cars involved. Looks like Jimmy made it past it. And yellow lights are on the racetrack. We are racing to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever. The top 5 cars. Woo! Go NASCAR non-stop right here for you. And it looks like number 13 of Marsha Matters with Mexican Cowboy 98 right behind him. Mike Wiener, Andy Hernandez, number 12 Coca-Cola sponsored vehicle. Number 46 of Buddy Spears will make up our first top 5. And the caution lights are out. Stilinski, Kane, and Dylan right behind them. Looks like all the cars made it through and able to continue the race as we line up. Let's take a look at the replay with our slow motion replay cameras. And as they approach in the first turn, it looks like number 14 of Chris Colgate pushes the 46 too fast, too hard into the corner. The 46 has too much velocity. Hits the 22, dings the 71. Oh man, Crest Colgate, what a move. Moved about 4 cars. Then he dodges the 27, dings the 00, and unfortunately gets spun around himself. But good move, good attempt for a move at least. You know, showing his dominance early on in the race, not afraid to make a move early on. Let's take a look with our Cars for Kids toy helicopter view camera in real life. I mean real speed. Good move by 14, but almost made it out of there. Doesn't look like cars get too much damage. and it looks like everyone will be able to continue. The pace car is out on the track for the first time in Ellesquieliella Racing. We'll be back after the first short commercial break. Brought to you by FEMA Emergency Disaster Relief. Introducing cheap and reliable gasket liners for all your storage needs. When the shit hits the fan, find yourself dry and safe inside one of these gasket liners. When the shit hits the fan, choose FEMA. And we are fucking back after the first short commercial break. Our top 5 to the left, you can see number 13 Chevelle of Marcia Matters. This is the first spot. Behind him 98 of Mexican Cowboy Steve Rose. Looks like 99 of Funny Liquor actually takes the situation to her advantage. They get to work on the car, they don't go a lap down. Caution saves them, they're able to continue the race undamaged. As the laps are winding down, looks like 22 of Rich Manofsky and 71 of Bobby Dylan. The two cars that were heavily involved in the first accident are forced to pit, and we're gonna see how that's going to play out for those two. They're working on the EXCs, the body damage and everything that's possible right now. We'll get an update on those two later on. And it looks like the 22 of Rich Manofsky and 71 of Bobby Dylan are able to continue the race, and they will stay on the lead lap. The pace car is out. We are with our toy helicopter view camera, real life, green flag, boogity boogity boogity. Single file restart provides us with some green flag racing. It looks like the 98 of Mexican Cowboy on the inside next to 13 of Marcia Matters going for the lead side by side. Behind them there is a bunch of hungry men that are chasing him. Woo! Close racing right there, side by side into the back straight. And it looks like few cars involved in the wreck. Let's take a replay with our Cars for Kids toy helicopter camera, and it looks like the 43 of Mike Wiener, 46 of Buddy Spears, and the 00 are the most heavily involved car. It doesn't look like too much damage. Sucks for Buddy Spears, he's involved in 2 wrecks in a row, getting beat up this time on the racetrack. We are racing towards the start-finish line for the lead, and it looks like 98. Holy crap! Hard heats after we cross the line. Well, anything goes in the Ellesquieliella Racing League. Hard heats after we're already under caution. Looks like 14 of Colgate and 12 of Andy Fernandez. Wow, tough luck for Andy Fernandez. We're gonna get an update for him. He finished the last race. Or not last, but he finished actually 14th ahead of Ethan Moore. Slow motion replay in action. Ooh, hard heat. And it's again Ethan Moore and number 6 and number 12. They're involved in the wreck one more time. 2 races in a row. Oh man, those two are becoming rivals. And it looks like Chris Colgate once again was the instigator of this. Doesn't get too much advantage from doing so, but definitely screws the number 12. And the pace car is out for the second time. We are with our NIASCAR sponsors, and let's have a merry NIASCAR commercial. We'll be right back. This commercial break is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Fresno, California, where you could find the latest models, coolest rides, free beverage, and friends for you and your whole family. This holiday, come, stop by and visit Mercedes-Benz of Fresno. And we are back with Andy Hernandez, number 12, forced to be in the pits working on his car. Doesn't seem like much is left. The roof is dented and everything is messed up on the 12 car. The rest of the cars are pitting as well, bumping and shuffling on the pit road. We have our first yellow flag pit stop sequence. As you could say, it's Cowboy and Dylan, a few cars behind them. And it also looks like a few cars are staying in pit stops, fixing the damage after the accident. Looks like Colgate, Marsha, Buddy Spears, and 17 of Penny Packer. And it looks like they're able to continue. And Penny Packer's the only one that's taking his time working on their vehicle. We are with Haruda Dugara Pipi, lap number 7, badly damaged, ready to go green at any point. Police car is out of the aisle, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time. Yeehaw! Let's go racing, boogity, boogity, boogity. We're with Marshall Matters number 13 car. Buddy Spears, doesn't seem like he has much speed holding down the 13. Damn. Up in the front, Colgate, bump drafts to 99. Tugara Pipi is also on the track holding back Jimmy Stilinski. And oh my god, number 7 flies over the safety wall into the frozen lake of safety Kool-Aid that we have positioned for our driver's safety in the middle of the racetrack. Let's take a look at that. That could be the move of the race, Jimmy Stilinski. Sick setup, classic textbook stuff, and the number 7 takes a dive into our frozen Kool-Aid jelly lake. Let's take a ride with the green. Haruda Dugara Pipi and see what it takes to be a piston car racer. Wow. Tough luck for the number 17. We'll get an update on their situation. Meanwhile, we're racing to the start-finish line for first. It's a 00 car. Surprisingly, never mind, we stay green. Haha, race officials don't care about Haruta Dugara Pipi. They decided to keep the race going. And it looks like Jimmy Stilinski, I mean, it's not Jimmy Stilinski, I apologize, there's a mistake there. It's Jimmy Kane and Mexican Cowboy number 98 for the lead. Two red rocket cars right behind them. Also 99 of Fanny Liqueur. 00. Jimmy Kane is forced to pit something, maybe mechanical, it might be a planned stop, we don't know. As well as the 99 of Fanny Liquor, man, having trouble for 2 races in a row. And let's take a look at Haruda Dugara Pipi. They managed to teleport his car out of the frozen safety Kool-Aid lake back into the pit stops and working on his car right now as we speak. Meanwhile, we're still under green, and it's Mexican Cowboy leading the race with Bobby Dylan and Chris Colgate right behind them. Unfortunately, Bobby Spears pulls out of the pit stops and slows the 14 down. Oh man, 14 is going to be pissed about that. Jimmy Stilinski, however, now sends the 14 with the same move he just pulled on Dugara Pipi. Oh man, 14 in the wall, 46. Stilinski's involved. Holy shit. Buddy Spears does a flip over there. 14 seems like it's smoking. Not good. Let's take a replay with Jimmy Stilinski. Beautiful setup. However, the 14 manages to find his attacker on the racetrack, and yeah, you can see the outcome of this. Meanwhile, Mexican Cowboy and Bobby Dylan for the first spot. This is out to bring a caution, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure about that. Racing for the finish. Looks like the 98 of Steve Rose will be our leader. Yep, right behind them, Mike Wiener and Grigory Richmanovsky. Rashkin Lahari is in 5th. And we also see the 17 car on the track. Meanwhile, most of the cars are going for the pit stops. The caution is out. The pace car is on the track. We'll be right back with you after another commercial break shortly. Alright, well, oh fuck. They paid me to do this. Let's go. 1-800-7 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Wow. And as the cars are getting to getting ready to line up for another restart. I believe it's 4th or 5th on this series. A weird positioning of the Red Rocket team. Take a look at that 71 car and the 27 car line up hella weird for the restart, but anything goes in Ellesquieliella Demolition Derby Racing. Some restart strategy as we've seen. We're gonna see how that's going to play out. Pace car is in. And we're ready to go racing, boys and girls, in LGBTQ PW number 2 pencils. Yeehaw! Take a look at that! Jimmy Stilinski. A slick, small move from the Red Rocket team puts him all the way in the back. And if 71 and 27 are able to catch up to the front of the pack, we can say that their move has worked in their favor. Meanwhile, up front, it's the 17 and the 22 of Richmanovsky. After like half a lap or so, Richmanovsky falls back to 5th. And we have top 4 cars racing for the lead. It's 00, Jimmy Kane, and number 17 of Pennypacker. Behind them, Mike Wiener and his girlfriend, Patty Kern, number 99. Let's take a look at that. The Wiener looking dangerous. Yo! Sets up the 2 cars in front of them. And look at that classic, beautiful textbook stuff. It's him and his girlfriend, 1 and 2 now. Put them wow. Fucking over. And you can see the 17 in the background keeps barrel rolling. Let's take a look at that. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to get an update on the driver. HE Pennypacker. Damn! That's what Demolition Derby is all about, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. And the 17 car keeps spinning in slow motion on the replay. I will be right back. I'm gonna go hit the ball, smoke some weed, and be right back before he finishes. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's take another look at a replay. Just can't get enough of that. Real time this time. Whoever can count the rolls can get a bonus point or something. Damn. Tough luck for the number 17 car. You cannot be more Demolition Derby than that. I don't even think that Tugara PP with his Kool-Aid dive can top that. Wow. Mike Wiener, that would probably be the middle of the race. Pace car is out once again. Foxy Racing and Wolfie Racing, shout out to them. They'll be our longest running sponsors. We'll be right back after a short commercial break. And so far, let's take a look at our top 3. Funny Liquor and Mike Wiener are our top 2. Rich Manovsky, unfortunately, is a lap down, so he's no contention for the win, but he's up there for the pack, in front of the pack. Green light in the air, let's go racing, boys and girls and everyone else. Mexican Cowboy is a lap down as well. They spent extra time working on his vehicle, so it's all new and fresh. Got fresh tires, no damage, but a lap down. Let's see how that's going to play out. He is charging to the front of the field. Let's take a look at that. Look at that! Number 7, Haruto Tugara, fucking peepee been scraped off the fucking Kool-Aid and now is on the racetrack in the Ellesquieliella Derby, still contesting. You know, let's applaud the team of Haruto Tugara peepee. Tough pit mechanics he got. We're with our toy helicopter cars for kids camera. 98 hooks up to the 22. 22 hooks up to the 00. Whoa, we have our AA bump truck to each other to the front. Wow, wow, good job. Not for long though, not for long. Jimmy Gaines slides out into the grass and back onto the racetrack safely, however, and we remain green. Let's take a ride with Jimmy right there. I think his pace is appropriate to the situation. Damn. I think I just stay there. Keeping it up there. Getting back in third spot right now with a bunch of left cars. 99 and 43 are in the lead. 22 of Opa, a left car of Grigory Ryshmanovsky, number 22, just took out both of the leaders. Wow, what a dick move. What a dick move by Grigory Ryshmanovsky. Nothing special, but that puts Mike Winner back in the back and who's finally out of the lead as well. Yellow flag is out. Doesn't look like we have enough time left to finish the race under green. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, a race for the finish. Lahari badly damaged, trying to keep off number 71 of Bobby Dylan, but it doesn't look like he can do it. He's too badly damaged. 71 is in really better shape. Goes on the inside, takes the lead. The 98 car is a lap down. He's in no contention for the win, and it is going to be Bobby Dylan. Let's congratulate Bobby. Looks like he will take the first spot if he has enough gas to finish the last 2 laps. Marcia Mathers is in third right behind him, and it looks like Fanny Liquor once again has some kind of EXE malfunction or some kind of mechanical or non-mechanical issue with her 99 Dodge. We'll see how that plays out. Wolfie Racing, Foxy Racing, our oldest sponsor. Thank you guys for being with us for so long. And it looks like we're going to finish under caution. The pace car is out. Not enough laps left. Let's take a look at the move that ended it all. Ryshmanovsky. Man, doesn't look like 99 got a lot of damage from that, but she dropped all the way back. So did Mike Wiener. Whew, let's congratulate Bobby Dylan on his victory. He gets a crown jewel freaking crown and a hefty paycheck of 14,000 buckaroonies, imaginary dollars. Behind him, number 27 Lahari, Marshall Matters, number 14, 33 of Mike Wiener finished the Haruto Kugarapiti after being in the Kool-Aid lane, being scraped up from over there and teleported back, finishes in a lucky 7th spot for number 7, Haruto Kugarapiti left down. Fanny Liquor, her tire blew on the last lap in the accident which forced her to retire early. She's in 10th spot. We can take a look at our new standings. Jimmy Kane remains with the 5th spot finish, our series leader. Colgate remains 3rd, Stilinski 2nd. Let's congratulate Bobby Dylan one more time. He moves up 7 spots with that move. His teammate Rashkin Lahari moves up 6 spots up. Andy Hernandez finishes last, almost, and Ethan Moore and Andy Hernandez together have probably so many points in the last 2 races, drew them hella back. To the left, we could see the money payouts. Bobby Dylan hella fixes his financial situation. The worst guy that's doing right now is H.E. Funnypacker and Ethan Moore. Those 2 guys in the manufacturer standing. Dodge, with its latest victory, moves past Plymouth for 3rd. Ford remains 1st with 17 points. Chevy right behind them with 14. Manufacturer standings are pretty much still under contention. We'll get back with you later. I gotta go and smoke some more weed. This was Ellesquieliella Demolition Derby, race number 5. We'll see you guys next time.